I can't word today. Can't word. Oh, we're checking. We're chicken. Chickadee, chickadee, check. Action, action, action. You hear talk about creating healthy habits and making sure you do what you love. But most people don't go into depth about how you find that love and appreciation for what you do. They tell you to be selfish in your younger years and to chase happiness, and then they send you off. Which, I feel that trope really misleads people from actually finding what makes them comfortable. Chasing constant happiness will lead you to a life of feeling constantly unsatisfied, and being outright selfish will alienate you from those who care about you. There are many things we could talk about, but here are 5 tips that people don't typically tell you about finding consistency and true perseverance. Number 1. You must first find consistent failure. You must be willing to trust in yourself and try as many different paths as it takes to get to a place where you find the success you're looking for. The selfishness they speak of has really nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with how much time you're willing to give to what you believe in, hence the name selfish. In a way, you're being selfish to yourself. Instead of falling for instant comfortability and happiness, you're working towards something bigger, putting in more work now to potentially relax later. Don't get me wrong, you need to find balance in this selfishness act toward yourself. We don't need to push as hard as humanly possible all the time. We aren't anime characters. We aren't fighting to save the world in a specific amount of time. Unless you are an anime character, or currently saving the world in a specific amount of time, thanks to the real heroes. In which case, we should totally be friends. Check out my social media and let's weeb out. I thought you should know. Come closer. You don't have to be an anime character to be my friend. Knowing your limits is only found through doing something. It's okay to start slow and practice an activity. Just because you aren't where someone else is doesn't mean that you aren't successful. Okay, number 2. Just do something. Literally anything. What people don't tell you about consistency is the fact that half of the time, the people who seem like they have it all figured out have no idea what they're doing. They have a skill set and determination. Only through continuously doing something do they find what they like and what they dislike about an activity. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when I try something, I wind up liking it for reasons that I wouldn't have guessed before actually trying it for an extended period of time. For example, I've been a singer for over 2 decades and an amateur audio technician for 1 decade. I've been touring with my band for over 5 years and a lot has changed in that time. I love performing, yeah, but only through doing this for an extended period of time have I learned that I really like being behind the scenes too. Helping other artists accomplish their visions has been so fulfilling. And I only found that out because I was willing to step out of the limelight and give something new a try. I definitely didn't give up on touring with my band, but I realized that there are so many other opportunities out there with the skill sets that I have. Number 3, find a good support system. This one is extremely important to me, and oftentimes this step in habit building is overlooked. In order for your ideas to be supported and validated, you need people you trust to challenge your ideas and have your back if and when your plans don't work out. The people I've surrounded myself with have given me a type of determination that allows me to try stuff without fear. At the end of the day, if I fail at one idea or an entire business, I know that the relationships I've built with my friends and family are not based on my successes or failures, which I'm extremely thankful for, but I've also really had to work hard at evaluating where my comfortabilities lie. This is another example of being selfish in your younger years. Taking the time to understand yourself enough to be able to communicate what you need from your support systems is a huge milestone and can oftentimes be perceived as a selfish act, especially when the ones who used to hold you dear are no longer the people who lift you up. Finding your true support system often involves you distancing yourself from individuals and situations that no longer serve who you want to be. There's a quote a wise old man once said, "It's not that I don't want to see you eat, it's just that I don't want to eat at the same table as you." Moderately hilarious and profound at the same time, but true. Self-respect is a tough road that often hurts to drive down, but learning to effectively listen and act according to what your mind and your heart say about what people, places, and things you surround yourself with is something that should really never stop. It's also really nice to build something with a group of people who share genuine similar interests. Honestly, I didn't get better than mediocre at playing an instrument until I started playing with my band. Surrounding myself with people who I look up to and respected made me feel inspired and challenged at the same time. Creating something epic with a group of people who were excited about the product made me feel excited too. Even when the product isn't exactly great, I found people that I was able to have fun with along the way at least. Number 4, Know that it's okay to move on and try new things. Just because you aren't doing something anymore doesn't mean you wasted time. It means you were gaining a whole new skill set. You were doing what we in show business like to call character development. Nothing is worse than staying in a profession, relationship, or a situation that you aren't comfortable with anymore, just because of how much time was invested. Like we should all know by now, things change drastically, and just because something felt right at one point doesn't mean you have to be okay with it now. Another example, right now I have 68 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not saying this to reel in more subs or brag by any means. It's a testament for the fact that I really don't have a large audience just waiting for me to upload every day. I wake up with these video ideas and I use them as a way to give others an opportunity to learn now and in the future. A time capsule on how I look at the world, or a way for me to communicate with others. But more so, I've learned more about video editing, lighting techniques, script writing, and more about myself than I thought possible in such a short amount of time. I don't know if or when or how this YouTube channel will be anything more than it is now, but I know within myself that I feel accomplished, and I'm doing what I love while learning what I want. And I think in a large way, that's really all that matters. The final tip, number 5, treat others how you'd like to be treated. I know I sound like a teacher or a parent, but I'm really not joking. My standpoint on this is pretty simple. Create a supportive community. And you don't have to love everyone or everything, but knowing that your views will not always be the same as someone else's views is important. Not just for growing your own image and worldview, but the integrity of everyone. Even if I disagree with somebody, when they feel validated in their beliefs, they are more likely to accept how I view the world, leading to an environment of constructive strangers. I would much rather someone disagree with me and still be willing to tolerate and talk with me, instead of them sitting there in a silent rage, unaware of how to deal with my existence. Here's the tagline: normalize disagreeing with each other politely. If you create an environment where you aren't alienating individuals, but instead stating touchy conversations in an environment made for supportive talking, you will find appreciation every time. I just have to say this: the mindset works over time, truthfully. If nothing else on my channel ever gets popular, I hope this video survives the test of time, and big surprise, I had this video idea in a Steam room, and you should totally take a look at my video talking about why I started using my local stream room again. Link in the description, or, I might make a little tappy thing, I don't know. Have a good day, guys. Why am I so awkward? No.
Jay. There are times that I find myself falling for the humors of this world, to be pulled from side to side as if I'm a piece of clay meant for molding the agenda of this hive of minds we sometimes find comfort inside.
Did I get it? Did I get it? I got it. Okay. Get it, got it, good.